Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you for everything. And thank you to all of the questioners for their wonderful questions. Asked so many things I wanted to know. And thank you, a special thanks to the first questioner of today, just wherever you are. Thank you. Hi. I feel that I'm not one of the 39%.
No, you are connected to a different form of hybrid.
Can you say more?
You are connected more to the Yael.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to talk about frequency, but in less technical terms.
All right.
But that was great and fascinating, although some of it went over my head. So when you're speaking about our frequency, in your terms, frequency is literally our very conventional science idea of cycles per second or hertz.
Yes, but we're incorporating more than your scientists know about when we give you the answer to those frequency questions.
Okay.
Your scientists haven't arrived at that yet.
Okay.
It's still cycles per second.
Okay, is this the same thing as the vibration that so many spiritual teachers say it is our job to raise? I mean, that is if we prefer to take the next step in evolution and ascension. Is it the same thing?
You have, all of you, a core frequency in physical reality that exists on the threshold between physical and non-physical reality of 333,000 cycles per second as we measure these things. The idea is the degree of difference between that frequency and the frequency you are as a physical being based on all of the belief systems within you and how they may impede you from being that higher frequency.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about that threshold. How then is it that some beings who are in spirit, who are of a negative polarity, or to put it in terms of law of one, are in service to self, are at a higher frequency? I'm assuming, I'm extrapolating this from the fact that they are in spirit. Yes. Than those of us incarnate on earth who are focusing on love and choosing the service to others, right?
Yes, that's a very good question. The answer is the lower astral realm, the first stage of non-physical reality, has a component in it that is very strongly connected still to the earth cycle vibration. And thus a spirit can decide or can simply find themselves based on the belief systems they brought over into non-physical reality still at frequencies where they can express certain ideas of negative experience. It's like starting over again on a different scale.
Oh.
Do you understand? So in the lower astral, above 333,000 cycles per second, transitioning into the lower astral, in a sense, though this is not accurate, but in a sense, it's sort of like you're starting at zero again.
Okay.
So you can have lower astral vibrations that can be expressed negatively.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. Okay, and so maybe I'm mistakenly equating frequency with mood, but...
Oh, yes.
Yes, I am mistaking that?
Yes.
Okay.
It can be associated, but that's not always the case.
Okay.
You can be very happy at 150,000 cycles per second. You can also be very miserable at 149,000 cycles per second. It depends on the mix of the belief systems.
It's really based on beliefs rather than how you're feeling?
Feelings are generated by beliefs.
Right.
So yes, it's based on your belief system.
Okay.
Because you can think you feel pretty good, and you can actually be disguising what you really believe.
And you can think you feel pretty bad, but have really helpful beliefs.
Yes. Except for the one that allows you to think that somehow you're not worthy to experience those positive beliefs.
Right. Okay.
One can overwhelm the others depending on what the belief is. So it can be a small fraction of your overall frequency, But it can have very profound effects on the rest of your belief systems, depending on what that belief is.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Does that help?
Yes, but I think I'm gonna have to listen to it back because I'm kind of also thinking about the questions I want to ask. And
All right, you may listen to it back, but I would recommend that you listen to it forward.
yeah, that'll be helpful too.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. The frequency question, mine. I just felt it go down. Oh wait, it's not based on feeling.
Would you like it to go back up?
Yes.
Think of something you love very much, or someone. Do you have it?
Yes.
167,000 cycles per second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.
Oh, I'm finished?
Do you have another question?
I do.
Let's see if you're finished.
Okay. So one of the previous questioners said they felt like in last night's meditation, we all went through a portal. Did we all go through that portal? Because I think, I'm asking this based on my experience of it, and I was very tired, and there were some others that
Let me put it to you this way. If you didn't go through the portal in your own way, you wouldn't be here asking questions today. Mm-hmm. So yes, you all went through it, but you went through it in your own way.
Sure.
Now you're finished.
Thank you.
And to you, good day.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. お元気ですか?
元気ですよ。Today I feel very honored to communicate with you in this way, and I've got one statement and one question.
Yes.
I will begin with my statement.
All right.
Yesterday in the morning, my Japanese friends and I visited Bell Rock and meditated for a while, and then I heard you saying the best contribution you can make is to this universe is to be your true self.
Yes.
After that, when I arrived at this venue and checked in, I was surprised to find out that I chose a new reality in which I had won the raffle. So following your kind advice, now I try to be honest as much as possible in front of my lovely people sharing this beautiful moment.
All right, thank you.
Since I was little, I really didn't like wars or conflicts. My little heart was broken every time I heard news about wars all over the world.
Yes.
In particular, when my parents took me to the Atomic Bomb Museum in Hiroshima, I was horrified by the tragedy. I was sad to see that we human beings hurt each other without love and mercy. Later on, I learned that Imperial Japan also conducted many wrongdoings in particular in Asia. I wanted more peace and harmony on this planet, and so I decided to study more about wars to prevent them. Eventually, I went to the UK and got a PhD in international relations. But even when I published my articles, I couldn't bring about peace and harmony. In the end, I found out that academia is not the right place for me to change the world. 2 years ago, my mom transitioned to the different dimension. Thanks to that painful heartbreak, I met you. You told me that in order to bring about peace and harmony on this planet, I've got to be of those vibrations first. That was a sea change in my life. I left academia. I started to forgive myself. I started to love myself first, before thinking of wars. And I started to forgive and love others. I started to have more relaxing time in nature. I started to enjoy the starry sky while thinking of you. I started to communicate with animals. I started to swim with dolphins. I started to grow organic rice and vegetables. I started to teach children at a free school to teach them, you are perfect as you are. The beautiful smiles taught me that I'm perfect as well. My new life was full of excitement, and one day I felt excited about this event in Sedona. So my Japanese friends and I came here. On Friday, our group and another group of Japanese people were invited by a Hopi person. So we visited his village. His name is Reuben. He took us to a sacred place in Hopi. There were so many pictographs on the wall. He said, during the World War II, from our sacred land, uranium was taken, and that was used to make atomic bombs. They were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm sad that our land of peace was used for the war. He also said we needed to prevent another nuclear war. In order to achieve peace and harmony on this planet, first we needed to forgive ourselves. We needed to love ourselves. After that, we had dinner at Reuben's place. When I randomly talked with Japanese guys sitting next to me, he told me that they are also big fans of you, and they are here today. And they told me that while following their highest excitement, beautiful synchronicities led them to start a project on free energy in Japan.
Yes.
Their excitement united people. Although it is still at the beginning stage, an artist of geometry, he is here today, a politician, and scientists are coming together to share their ideas on free energy by referring to the blueprint of it, which you made public before.
Yes.
Now I'm very happy that I chose a reality in which free energy is getting real. Now I feel more peace and harmony on this planet. Now I feel that we are empowered and connected to the source. There are so many beautiful souls here today. We are deeply connected to the universe, this beautiful planet, and more importantly, to ourselves.
Yes.
I can't express how grateful I am that you kindly co-created this wonderful miracle with us.
It is our passion and our pleasure.
Thank you. Now my childhood dream is coming true.
We thank you for following your path.
Thank you so much. You are a star and I love you.
Our unconditional love to you as well.
This is the end of my statement.
Thank you.
Any comments for them?
And did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question, but different topic. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sure. So there is a book. This is a book titled Right Use of Will. And once you said this book was written by channeling all that is. Now I am translating this beautiful book into Japanese. For me, the most amazing chapter was the history of Pangea, or Pan. But I noticed that you haven't talked about Pangea that much in comparison to Lemuria or Atlantis. Do you have any plan to share more information about Pangea in future?
Pangea.
Okay, sorry, Pangea. Yeah, okay.
All we can say at this point, because it's a little premature, is that there have been other civilizations on your planet you know nothing about.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. So yesterday you were talking about true history. Do you think the history of Pangea is going to be revealed in
Yes.
future? Is that quite soon?
In open contact at some point over the course of the next several years, once open contact is established, you will be given information about the entire history of the Earth.
That's amazing.
Now, we understand that we keep saying you change your past along with your present, and this is true. So the history that you will be given will be representative of the state you are in at that time. And it will be reflective of you having decided that open contact is something you truly prefer.
Okay, I see. Then I will keep on following my passion for peace and
All right. And do remember once again, you never change the earth you're on. You shift to another earth constantly that is more reflective of the changes you make within yourself.
Thank you.
So keep making the changes you prefer. And we thank you.
Thank you very much. I love you.
Our unconditional love to you
See you
as well.
later.
Cool. Oh my goodness. Avail Bashar, I love
Good day, good day.
I love you.
Speak up, speak up.
I love you. I love you.
Thank you.
and I
Our
love
love to
you.
you as well.
Thank you. It was just so exciting seeing all your highest excitement coming in, and this was sold out. Thank you for the 3 A's. I appreciate, acknowledge, and allow.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
And-
it's acknowledge, appreciate, and allow.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I acknowledge that.
I appreciate that. And I will allow you to continue.
Thank you. I don't know if it's just me or our government has recently acknowledged, and it still feels like a hoax to me, that there really are UFOs.
Yes.
And it's just so exciting to hear. I met somebody that had only found out about you 4 months ago, and she was so excited, and she's like, I'm telling everybody that I meet. And I was like, wow, that's how we affect change. And
Yes.
teaching people about the tools in the toolbox, I'm so grateful for that.
Yes.
So, questions I have, are there beings and spaceships over Cathedral Rock in Sedona?
Yes.
Who are they?
No comment.
No comment. Are there a lot of them?
There are a few, and they come and go.
Okay.
There's a lot of traffic around your planet. You just don't see it all.
Okay. You once said there are people on the earth who are 200, 400, and even 1,000 years old.
Yes, they are few and far between, but they exist.
And what kind of things would we notice or sensations would we get if we were around these ancient beings?
Astonishment.
That was a question for someone else. Okay.
Yes.
Do
Because you would sense that there is a depth to them that is rare on your planet. A calmness, a centeredness, an indestructibility about them. Something of another reality about them.
And do you have any messages for me?
From whom?
From you?
From us?
From you or the hybrid children or?
Anyone at all?
Anything, anyone.
Are you acting on your passion every moment that you can be?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
All right.
Okay, and then
Then what do you think you're missing?
I don't think I'm missing anything.
Then why did you ask if I had messages for you?
Because I'm one of those silly people that it's like, what question should I ask Bashar other than, I'm so grateful. I'm just so truly, deeply grateful
All right.
for you.
Then I would suggest that the message we send you is that you stay in that exact state of appreciation and gratitude, not because of us, but because of your connection to Source.
Thank you, Bashar. Thank you. Aveo.
Aveo.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
What a pleasure to be here and be with everybody here. I just want to comment how heart-centered I feel and how privileged and honored. And I just got nominated to ask that question, so I'm thrilled, and I thank you. This is actually from a friend of mine, and it's a question that I've also been
All right, speak
questioning.
up, speak up.
There are many people that are having contact interactions with a species called the plagiarians. And there's a gentleman that wrote multiple books called the Plagiarian Diaries. And he's having interactions with these beings, physical interactions. And I was wondering if you could comment on that.
I am not allowed to. There are many species that are having contact with people on your planet that it is simply not within our allowance to discuss at this time. It's premature. Others will give you the information that you need.
Okay, he's having interactions with a being that he calls Samyaza.
As I said right now, we are not allowed to talk about some of these other interactions.
All right, thank you. Well, then I'm going to ask you a personal question. I was in Mount Shasta about 3 weeks ago, and we were doing a Rama contact retreat, which was amazing. And we went into a meditation, and I went into the mountain and was confronted with 3 doors, and I chose the door of purity. When I walked in that door, I was inside this black ship, and there was nothing. There was just darkness. It was a ship that was very square and rectangular, and I could see the universe from within the ship. The hull was translucent in that sense, but there was nobody in the ship.
That you could tell.
That I could tell, correct. And I was wondering why I was so empty and I felt so alone. I was the only one in the ship.
But you weren't. If you had shifted your vibration a little bit, you would have realized that it was fully populated. So it was an opportunity for you to sense, at first, the empty space that you create for yourself in which you can change your frequency, change your vibration, and to give you practice at shifting your vibration even just a little bit to realize how close other realities and other dimensions actually are to your frequency.
Wow. Wow, thank you.
Yes.
The next night, we had a similar meditation, and this one I chose the door of healing after some meditation that we did. And this time I went into a ship that was rounded, very light, with beings that were there, and I couldn't tell if they were hybrids. They were small children-like, and I was sitting in this recliner, and they were working on me. They had these devices that they were, the night before I had what's called a cesium crystal activation in my heart, and they were working on that crystal, and they were calibrating it.
Yes.
And for me to have discernment in my life on what resonates with me and what doesn't. And I'm curious who these beings were.
Well, you just said who they were. They were hybrids.
Okay.
And so you are experiencing a memory of an encounter that you had.
Wow. Great. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that.
Yes.
All right.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.